What I do know is that that night before, we did what we usually did before tours. We said our prayer, and we asked the Lord to protect us, and we asked the Lord that his will be done. That's what we did.
I think mental illness is involved in some of this stuff that is online.
Yeah,
I think it's really,
and Glenn,
honestly,
I'll be honest,
I feel bad.
I am not going to waste my
illness.
time combating people.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have a very interesting video for you today. Erika Kirk has called us mentally ill, and we didn't catch that because we were focused on other things. So she did this interview, which in my opinion was like a cover-up book promotion with Glenn Beck. She said many things in that interview that I think she now regrets. She also showed us Charlie's last note, which we're gonna dissect and speculate on whether or not he was happy before he died. I think he wasn't. I think he was depressed and lonely, and he was finally catching up with Erika's past, in my opinion. I also think that they were not living together because in this interview, Erika revealed that she hasn't been in his office, which is at the home that they allegedly live in together, for a very long time. How is that possible?
I'm actually sitting in his office. This is his home office, and I have not been in here for a very long time.
So let's kick this video off with an eye roll from Erika when she is praised by Glenn Beck for being so strong, and he's like, I don't know, how do you do it? And she's like rolling her eyes at him.
I don't know how you handle this, Eric. I don't know how to be dragged into, you were involved in the death and all this crazy evil stuff.
Oh, it's sick.
She then goes to say that her family means everything to her, and I have to warn you, she's gonna give you that look. You know which look I'm talking about. And my question to her is, if your family means so much to you, why are you never home?
My family means everything to me. Turning Point USA has always been in our life and has always been so good to Charlie, and Charlie was good to his team. Everyone loved Charlie.
Yeah.
I get that. Everyone wants an answer to this evil. And sometimes the answer is very clear.
Yeah.
The truth is very clear.
Allegedly, her biggest concern about her husband's murder is the fact that they're gonna have like a tainted jury. She's not concerned if they caught the real killer, but she is concerned with having a tainted jury.
I don't want a tainted jury pool. I want justice for my husband. Anytime we have leads, anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. We're not messing around. None of us are involved in my husband's murder. None of us. Turning Point USA, myself, any of these other crazy accusations, none of us.
5 minutes into the interview, she said that she won't be spending any time on us and answering our questions, and that she's not going to go toe-to-toe with people who are spreading conspiracies and calling her names. Although she said that she is just like Charlie. So Charlie was debating for a living. And if she's like him, like she says she is, she should go toe-to-toe with the people who are questioning the death of her husband.
I'm not going to waste my time in combating people, going toe-to-toe, calling people names. That's just not me.
She is contradicting herself constantly because in the past she said that she loves conflict.
I avoid conflict and confrontation, and she is highly confrontational.
I am.
She also said that she's like a pit bull because of her Lebanese Italian descent, and I didn't know she has Italian roots as well.
He is always in a position, he is so calm, cool, and collected, and I'm the pit bull. So like the Lebanese Italian side of me is like, I
yeah.
know a guy. And then like, and then like him, he's so chill. But that's the thing. That's what makes this so beautiful is that he can think so clearly and on his feet because he's not emotional.
Right.
I mean, he's emotional, but you know what I mean. He's
Yeah.
not
It doesn't
internalizing that emotionally.
Yeah.
He's looking at the situation as if it's almost like a movie. I'm an actor, you're an actor. I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm learning how to navigate and actually hear you so I can properly respond to you.
Right.
I'm not responding out of emotion, I'm responding out of logic. So
Yeah.
that makes it different. But if I was there,
Different story.
hold me back.
The comment that I find most annoying in this interview is, why are we so concerned with who did what? And I'm like, really?
Charlie, he has worked and provided and has blessed us with so much, like literally his book. He has blessed us with so much wisdom, so much. He's just such a good thought leader. He blessed us with laser focus on the mission, on saving this country. But instead, we're so focused on who did what. Like, yes, we will figure all that out. Yes, this is a murder case. He did not die in a car crash. Yes, that will be handled. But my husband's legacy is not about his murder. Common sense. I know common sense is not
Your ox is
common,
in the
but
mire.
let's just work with me here.
You say that many people do not have common sense, but to me, you are the one without common sense. She accidentally showed us this note which said, family, children, legacy, careerism, consumerism, and loneliness. And then at the bottom, his signature next to kids number 1.
I'm actually sitting in his office. This is his home office, and I haven't not been in here for a very long time. And I've just been, that's part of the reason why I keep looking down. It's not because I'm not wanting to look at you. It's because like there are so many treasures in here. Like for instance, like this piece of paper, he wrote on everything. He has papers everywhere. This says, it's the priorities. It says family, children, legacy, kids number 1, versus careerism, consumerism, and loneliness. It's interesting. I don't know. I could spend hours in this at this desk, but my point is with little things like that is that he would sit here on Sundays writing, using his journal, like going through all these drawers, and he was preparing for the week ahead.
How do you guys interpret this note? To me, it feels like he was depressed and lonely. And why would he be depressed and lonely and sad if he was in a happy marriage with 2 little kids? I think he was finally catching up with Erika's past, and also he was getting a lot of pressure from his Jewish donors, and he was like squeezed all the time because Erika was probably his handler. She was also probably pushing him to praise Israel. Maybe he was preparing like a speech and he used this piece of paper to write like his points down. Or maybe he wanted to set his priorities straight, so he wanted to focus more on his family, kids, legacy, and push aside the things that were prevailing in his life, which were careerism, consumerism, and loneliness. And the reason why I think that they were not living together is because Charlie, in his last interviews, said that when he shuts his phone down and when he's having his Shabbat dinner with a priest, I am assuming he's referring to Frank here, he is only mentioning the kids, his daughter. I believe he loves her very much. He loved her very much. And he did this in 2 interviews. No phone, no work, just kids.
If you rest for 24 hours, you are blessed. You will be blessed. And if you decide not to, then that's fine. I know that my life before honoring the Sabbath and after honoring the Sabbath, they don't even compare. And some people say, well, Charlie, why Saturday instead of Sunday? That's a good question. And I don't want to be overly legalistic about it. Maybe Sunday's a better day for you to totally rest. But I love, for me personally, ending Friday after a long week and totally shutting off. And on Sunday, I'm already thinking about Monday. On Saturday, I can truly rest and I can truly stop. And so whatever day works for you. For me, it's the old traditional Jewish Sabbath. Phone goes off tonight. Sundown, having a Shabbat dinner with a good pastor friend of mine. Family, daughter, resting all day tomorrow.
You were talking with your team and they were saying you work crazy hours.
Correct.
And I was like, why does he work so hard? And their answer was he's just extremely mission focused.
Yes, correct. I'm very driven. Yeah.
Does it exhaust you ever to the point of regretting it?
Oh, no. I mean, so I'm actually finishing a book. So I actually don't work one day out of the week. So I take a Sabbath every Saturday. Turn my phone off, no work, just kids, just family. It's an amazing blessing. So every Saturday, totally off. It's amazing how much work you can get done in 6 days, though.
Maybe they were living separately. He was living with the daughter and she was living with the 1-year-old. I don't know. What do you guys think of all of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in my next one. Bye.
Almost every Christian in this audience will be able to tell you the first part of this, which is a bunch of Sadducees and Pharisees who are standing around with rocks, and they're about to stone the prostitute woman. And Jesus comes up and says, "Let the first among you without sin cast the first stone." And everyone starts dropping the rocks. But what comes next shows that Christ is not just grace-focused, he's simultaneously truth-focused. He goes up to the woman who had a career in selling herself for sex and said, "Sin no more."